Before I say a single word about today's topic, I want you to check in with your body right now, with your body, not your calendar, not your phone. I want you to check in with your body. Just feel it. Are your shoulders tight? Are you having any shallow breath? Maybe racing mind? That's not ambition. That's your nervous system telling you it's been running a race. It was never designed to win. That race, you cannot win. And today I'm going to show you why managing stress is not about slowing down, it's about learning to lead from a completely different part of your brain. Stay with me until the very end of this video because I'm going to give you one specific tool that the highest performing CEOs I've ever coached use daily, and it changes everything. But here's what I need you to know first, and that is that it is a kind of, this is a kind of content, if this speaks to you, if you're serious about leading at your highest level, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and ring the bell so you never miss any of the trainings because we go deep here every single week with topics that really make a difference to your performance, to your fulfillment. All right, let's go. So the first thing we start out with is emotional state. And that I just want to say I'm glad you're here. For some of you who don't know me, my name is Sara Basloe, and for the last 20 years, I've been a Tony Robbins master coach and have coached business leaders, wow, executives, entrepreneurs, just like you, and on just every single topic and to perform at their highest level without sacrificing their health, their clarity, or their joy. Today's session is called Mind Body Mastery, managing stress while leading with clarity. And we're going to cover a lot of ground today that is different from anything we've touched on before. New neuroscience, new tools, and new perspectives. So, my promise to you, everything you learn today is immediately actionable. You will leave this session feeling different than you arrived. Take that in. You will leave feeling different than you arrived. So before we go anywhere, we're going to take 2 minutes to reset together. This is not a break. This is a practice. Elite athletes do this before every performance. And you may have your own routine that you can incorporate here. And we're going to do it right now. We're going to do this practice. So I'd like you to sit up straight, take a deep breath. Wherever you are right now, put both feet on the floor, flat on the floor, and place your hand on your chest. Feel the weight of your hand on your chest. Feel the warmth, that contact. This is your command center, not your inbox, not your to-do list. This right here is your command center. Good. Now, without closing your eyes if you don't want to, I want you to notice 3 physical sensations. Right now, in this moment, the temperature of the air on your skin. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin, the texture of whatever your hands are touching, and one sound, near or far, that you can hear. Be aware. You just moved from reactive brain to responsive brain. That shift took less than 20 seconds. So now, silently repeat after me. I lead from clarity. I respond. I do not react. I lead from clarity. I do not respond. I do not react. I respond. That is your baseline. That is the state where great decisions are made, where great leaders live. And today we're going to talk about what pulls you out of that state. And more importantly, how to get back faster every time to get back faster to that state. So here's what nobody tells ambitious leaders. And I mean nobody. Stress doesn't just exhaust you, it makes you measurably less intelligent. Yes, neuroscientists call it cognitive hijacking. I call it leading from the wrong room in your house. Here's how it works. You have two operating systems in your brain. The first one I call the survival brain. The survival brain is fast. It reacts in milliseconds. It scans for threats constantly. And when it finds one, real or imagined, it narrows your vision. It contracts your thinking. It limits you. It puts you in fight, flight, or freeze. And here's the thing. A difficult client call can have that impact. Your survival brain reads it as a threat. A cash flow dip, again, a threat. A team member who drops the ball, you're right, a threat. Threats are all around us. The second operating system I call is the command center. And this is the prefrontal cortex. This is where strategy lives, not fear, where wisdom lives, where your best leadership decisions get made. The command center doesn't react, it responds. It doesn't see threats, it sees options. And here is the problem. Most high achieving leaders, the ones running 7, 8-figure businesses or less, it doesn't matter what level, you're operating from the survival brain 80% of the day. And you don't even know it because the survival brain is very good at disguising itself as productivity, being busy, busyness that feels like momentum, urgency that feels like drive, control that feels like leadership. And the truth is, it's not. It's stress wearing a suit. And I need you to stay with me until the end of this video, because at the end, I'm going to give you one specific tool that interrupts this pattern. in 90 seconds. So easy. Let's keep going. So I want to introduce now to you a framework that completely shifted how I work with high performing clients. It comes from the world of mental fitness, a body of research and practice developed by Shamin, a gentleman named Shamin. In mental fitness, we talk about saboteurs. Your saboteurs are mental patterns, deeply conditioned mental patterns that developed early in your life to protect you. And for a while, that worked, and they worked. And they are now costing you. They're costing you the level of leadership you want to perform at. Those same patterns are generating stress, disguised as performance. It's not what you want. Let me show you what I call the Saboteur Activation Loop. 3 stages every time. So, stage 1, the trigger. Something happens. A difficult client. Reflect back. Pick something that has happened to you. A cash flow issue. A decision that didn't land the way you planned. Your saboteur activates within milliseconds, in a heartbeat. And stage 2 is the hijack. Your specific saboteur takes over now when it's triggered. Maybe it's a judge, the part of you that criticizes yourself or others mercilessly. Maybe it's the hyperachiever, the part of you that ties your worth to your results every single day. Maybe it's the controller, the part that cannot delegate because no one will ever do it quite right enough. Each saboteur sounds different, but they all do the same thing. They generate success and stress. They hide as success. They're disguised as drivers and success helpers. Okay, stage 3, the performance tax. You make a decision, but it's filtered through fear or control or urgency or perfectionism. And the decision costs you. Costs you energy, it costs you your relationships, it costs you revenue every single time. Now, here is the thing about the Saboteur Activation Loop. It runs automatically. You have nothing to do with it. It's a neural pathway. And like any neural pathway, it can be rewired. It doesn't have to stay with you, but it takes repetition. It takes structure. And it takes someone who knows exactly how to train it. I'll come back to that at the end of our time together. But I want to do a quick check-in right now. If what I'm sharing is landing with you for so far, would you drop a comment below and tell me which saboteur sounds most familiar to you? The judge, the high achiever, the controller, or something else entirely? I want you to know I read every single comment and answer. Your answer will help me know exactly what to create next in my series. Also, your feedback, if you haven't subscribed yet, I miss it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because next week we're going deeper and you don't want to miss it. There's some real great gems in here that have changed my life, and I hope will change yours. Here is the piece that even the most seasoned leaders miss, and this is new. This is cutting edge neuroscience. Stress doesn't begin as a thought. It begins as a body signal. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, spikes in your bloodstream. Before you eat, you are consciously aware that you're stressed. Your nervous system is 11 milliseconds ahead of your mind. Your nervous system is ahead of your mind, 11 milliseconds. What that means for you as a leader, by the time you notice you're stressed, your decision making already is compromised. Unless you learn to read your body signals first. I experienced that today. I was reading my body. I was stressed, going very fast, and I changed it with some PQ reps. So let me give you what I call are the 3 stress signatures of high achieving leaders. I want you to identify yours. Signature number 1, the acceleration pattern. You confuse busyness with progress. You feel most comfortable when overwhelmed. Because stillness actually triggers anxiety. Stillness actually triggers anxiety. You don't slow down between challenges. You immediately find the next one. Signature number 2, the override pattern. Signature number 2, the override pattern. You power through physical signals. Tension is in your neck and your shoulders, fatigue behind your eyes, the shallow breath that tells you to stop. You treat those signals as weakness, so you push harder. Does this resonate with you? So signature number 3, the isolation pattern. You go quiet under pressure. You cancel conversations. You stop collaborating. You try to solve everything alone. At the exact moment when partnership would save you weeks, you go silent. So now I want to speak directly to my favorite 2 people right now. If you're a driven, achievement-focused leader who runs a business and a team, yes, you might recognize yourself in the acceleration pattern. And if you're a high standard, excellence-driven operator who holds the whole business on your shoulders, you know the override pattern intimately. There actually are 9. Which one do you recognize? Drop it in the comments. Seriously, I want to know. I'd like to know which one you relate to. So now, here is the shift. What if your body's stress signals were not the enemy? What if your body's signals were not the enemy? What if they were your most intelligent business intelligence system, telling you exactly where your next breakthrough lives? What if the tension in your shoulders was your body saying you're leading from the wrong room? Come back to the command center. Come back to where you live, where your best decisions are. That is completely different relationship with stress. And it is available to you starting right now. So, okay, we're going to do a demo. I promised you a tool, and I am delivering. So sit straight, get some energy. This is called a PQ rep. PQ stands for Positive Intelligence Quotient. And a PQ rep is a mental fitness micro practice backed by neuroscience that interrupts the saboteur's activation and returns you to sage where you make your best decisions. Your highest performing mental state is your sage, and it brings you back in there in 90 seconds. Now, I want to be honest with you. This sounds deceptively simple, but let me tell you what it actually does. Each PQ rep, you strengthen the neural pathway to your frontal cortex, your command center. And when you weaken the neural pathways to your survival brain over time, you literally rewire your brain. 1 rep is relief. 100 reps a day is transformation. Let me walk you through it right now. Do this with me. Follow this, okay? So first, rub 2 fingers together. Rub your forefinger and your thumb together. Rub these fingertips together right now. Feel the ridges on your fingertips. Put your attention there and stay there. 10 seconds. Don't rush this. Now, press both feet into the floor. Feel the pressure. Feel your heel. Feel your arch. Feel the ball of your foot. Feel your toes. Good. We're going to keep it for 8 seconds. Now, notice the sounds. You can stop with the PQ reps. Now, notice now the sounds in the room. Sounds that are near you or sounds that might be far away. Without labeling them as good or bad, just hear the sounds for 8 seconds. Great. You just did a PQ rep in 60 seconds. Your prefrontal cortex re-engaged. Your saboteur lost the wheel. Your sage is back online. Your sage is back online. So now imagine doing that every time a difficult email lands, every time a meeting goes sideways. You can actually do it under the table. Every time you feel that familiar tightening in your chest before a high stakes decision happens. That is a daily practice, and you can use it anytime you feel stressed. That is what mental fitness actually trains, not motivation, not mindset tricks, actual neural rewiring through repetition, through structure, through consistency. And that's exactly what we do in the Mental Fitness 7-week Bootcamp. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. So stay with me. Managing stress is the floor. Leading from clarity is your ceiling. And that is where we are going right now. I want to give you a framework you can use in any high pressure moment, in any meeting, in any conversation that you might have. I call this process called CLAR, C-L-A-R protocol. 4 letters, 4 steps, 2 minutes. C, check the driver. Before you respond to the difficult email, before you jump into the emergency meeting, before you make the call you've been putting off, ask one question. Which brain is driving right now? Is it the survival brain, reactive, contracted, or fear-based? Or is it the command center, strategic, expanded, sage-powered? That question alone changes everything. The awareness you get from that is remarkable. So the next is L, land in your body. Do one PQ rep, 60 seconds. You already know how. Very, very simple. Return yourself to the command center before you act. Next is A, ask the better question. Not, why is this happening to me? Not a good question. Instead, what does this situation need from my best self right now? What does this situation need from my best self right now? The question shifts you from victim to leader. What does this next question is, what does this situation need from my best self right now? From reactive to responsive, every single time. The next letter is R in CLAR. Respond to your values. Respond to your values, not urgency, not from fear, not from saboteur that wants to control, achieve, or judge, from your values, the ones that built your business, the ones your clients trust, the ones your best self leads from. So CLAR takes 2 minutes. It will save you 2 weeks of damage control. And you know that's true. Print it, post it, practice it. And every time you feel that familiar activation, run CLAR. Run it. Now, let me tell you about the deeper work, the work that makes this stick, not as a concept, but as an identity. We've talked a lot about identities in my programs. What you've experienced today is a glimpse, a real one, but a glimpse. You've felt the command center priming. You've identified your stress signature. You've done a live PQ rep. You have the CLAR protocol in your hands. And if you have been nodding, I hope so, along this entire session, if something in here lit a fire, I want to speak directly to you now. The Mental Fitness 7-week bootcamp is what happens when you stop hoping this changes and decide to actually train it. 7 weeks, daily PQ reps, weekly group coaching. We run in a pod of 5 people, a precision framework built on the positive intelligence research and my 20 years of coaching high-performing leaders through the most demanding seasons of their business lives. And here is what I need you to hear. I run this 5 participants at a time. This is not a marketing strategy. That is a commitment to transformation, not information. It is when there are 5 of us together, the depth is real. The shifts are measurable. And nobody gets left behind. If you're ready, if you can already feel that this is your next step, drop the word clarity in the comments right now, or visit the link below. You'll see in the description box, and I will personally reach out with everything you need. So let's get that energy on. Let me leave you with this. You didn't build what you have built by accident. No, You built it with vision, with drive, with relentless commitment to something that mattered to you and to help others. Now imagine adding one more layer, the ability to access your clearest thinking, your most powerful leadership, your most grounded, most strategic, and alive self on demand, under pressure. In the moment that matters most, you have access to your best self. That is mind, body mastery. That is what we have been talking about today. And it starts now. With one rep, you can do this. I'll see you on the other side of clarity. Yes, you will feel a difference from now to the end of your day using PQ reps. And before you go, if this training gave you something real today, please hit the like button. I so appreciate it. It genuinely helps more leaders find this content. And leave a comment below. I want you to know, which stress signature do you most relate to? Let me know. I want to know which pattern, which acceleration pattern or override pattern or isolation pattern impacts you the most. And I want you to input on I want your input on future trainings. What topic do you want me to take a deep dive into next? Leadership, neuroscience, burnout recovery, business development, communication under pressure. Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and your answer shapes what I create next. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Please do hit subscribe and ring the bell. We release new trainings every week, and every single one is designed to help you lead at the absolute highest level. So, if you want to go deeper, there's another video here for you to watch. And if you can feel that taking you deeper, building more success with relationships, finances, or your network, please let me know what works best. And do the five mental fitness category. Go watch it, and I will see you there. Yes. And do live your life triumphantly. This is your life. These are your decisions. Enjoy and have an outstanding day.